Hello and welcome to today's webinar, Marketing Mondays, a 5-part digital marketing webinar series. I'm Jolene Carey Pace, the program coordinator at the Wilkes University Small Business Development Center. I'm so happy that you could join us this afternoon. This 5-part series is hosted in partnership with Ideaworks Marketing and Cole Creative. Today, for our 5th and final session, Marketing Your Business from Home, we have Samuel O'Connell, Creative Director, and Samantha Booker, Content Manager and Design Specialist at Cole Creative, joining us today. Just a quick note to please put yourselves on mute so that we can avoid having any background noise. Also, as we go along, you can type any questions that you might have into the chat box, and there will also be time at the end of the session to ask any questions that you might have for Samuel and Samantha. And now I will hand it over to Sam and Samantha. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Happy Monday. Like Jolene said, this is the last of a 5-part series, and very excited and honored to be here to speak to you folks today. Some familiar faces here in the group, and excited to continue our conversation on the idea of marketing in one of the strangest years in the history of the internet, certainly, and at the same time, one of the years that you could most absolutely effectively use the tools that are online, mostly for free, to market your business, grow your business, and specifically in this this episode, so to speak, of the series, all this from home. So today, Samantha and myself are going to be going over specifically social media and utilizing social media to market your business. Now, we talked in the session, well, 2 sessions ago, about getting yourself online through building a website and what that usually looks like, what it takes. And then last week, Travis and I, one of our web developers here at Cole Creative, talked about expanding your business's profile online. So using SEO to get more information out there, get people to find you on Google or Bing or what have you. And today we're going to be talking about leveraging social media to grow your business or get business, or just spread the word about your service, business, organization, or yourself as an individual using the power of social media. So there's a little intro. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as I have a presentation. And I would encourage you to, like Jolene said, just at any point, go ahead and drop something in the chat, and we will absolutely talk about it, discuss it, and engage as a conversation. And even as we are a smaller group today, you can even feel free to unmute yourself if you'd like to throw a question out to the group, so it can be a little bit more conversational, and we can go from there. But can everybody see my screen? All right, perfect. So I am Samuel O'Connell. I am the creative director here at Cole Creative. We are a marketing firm in downtown Wilkes-Barre that collaborates with a host of different clients, organizations, businesses in NEPA and beyond. And our services that we offer are video production, website design, content, whether that's social media or traditional, such as newspaper ads or design through other means, and as well as PR and just general strategy. Samantha, I don't know if you want to go hop in and introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you, Sam. My name is Samantha Booker. I am Cole Creative's content manager and design specialist. So I work in a variety of fields. I work in social media. We handle all kinds of content for websites, blogs, newsletter, all kinds of things, and also design print ads, web ads, all different kinds of things to help make events and business successful for our clients.
Wonderful. Samantha also has a great team of dogs that she works around, who, if we're lucky, maybe we'll hear a couple howls or barks here in this meeting. There's our team here. We're we're a team of young millennials here in Wilkes-Barre, and you know, as we started as a business, sometimes it was, you know, you had to explain, well, yeah, we are very young, but we also have our finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world of marketing, specifically in social media. It was created essentially for us, by us, and that being said, we've been using it for the majority of our lives. So we truly do have our finger on the pulse of what's happening in this digital realm, and how to use the many different, an almost overwhelming amount of social media platforms to market your business? Do you have to be on all of them? Which ones should you be on? These are all questions that we're going to be talking about today. So here's a quick overview of what this presentation includes. And we're going to be going over what the goal of social media is. And ultimately, if you boiled it down to one thing, it would be engagement. As a business, you're looking to engage with your customers, clients, potential customers, and build their trust on why they would use your product, service, so on and so forth. We're going to be looking at some different types of posts. So that ranges from designed posts, photography, whether you're taking it with your phone or you have a camera or you hire a photographer to take these pictures. There's posts that are designed specifically for engagement that maybe take you to an event on social media or maybe back to your website. Maybe it's a poll. And then there's posts that are very authentic, which might be showing a picture of your team or showing yourself at work, a little bit behind the scenes look. These posts tend to do very well. We're going to be talking about campaigns, which is a coordinated effort across one or multiple social media platforms, and sometimes other means like a website or maybe a billboard if you're looking to expand from digital and traditional. We're going to talk about audiences. So where is your, where's your target audience and on social media based on demographics? So are they on Facebook? Is it best to communicate on LinkedIn? Is it best to showcase your product or service on Instagram? Maybe a combination of all of them. We're going to be talking about that. Samantha's going to give us a screen share as we create an ad or boost a post. And while we're doing that, we're going to talk about how to monitor these posts and pivot where needed so you can change audiences. We're going to talk about social media reviews and why that's important. And then we have a little activity planned if anybody wants to get involved and maybe have us look at their social media page. No pressure. I'm going to put you in the hot seat though. Okay, so this number one point of the goal of social media, and that's engagement. You really want to, like I was saying, build your potential customer or your customer's trust, or engage with your current customers on social media, make them feel like they're part of the family that makes your business go on a daily basis. So based on what you're trying to do, the different types of posts are going to be very crucial. So quickly, we're just going to jump into the different types of posts, and Samantha, feel free to pipe in at any point here while we talk about these posts. A lot of these posts were created by, inspired by, or Samantha, long story short, has had her hand in every single one of these posts to make sure that they meet our clients' expectations, that they accomplish their goals, and that they engage with their audience. So we're just going to quickly talk about the types of posts. I've broken it down, while there's more than this, into 5 easy to wrap your head around types, and that's designer photography, which tend to be visual in nature, whether it's a nicely framed picture or something that you designed using one of the free tools that we talked about in the first session. There's video posts, which tend to be very high on the list of the types of posts that get most engagement. We're a very visual, race of humans, and we like to view videos as we're scrolling through our feeds, and video oftentimes is the most powerful way that you can engage with people. Authentic posts, like I said, this is a behind the scenes look at your business or organization or yourself as an individual. These types of posts tend to get a lot of engagement as people like to see, a little bit of the secret sauce, the people behind the magic, and especially if you are a small business in an area, people probably know you and they know your staff, and it's a great way to build engagement. We're going to talk about ads and how you can use them, whether it's boosting a post that you put that might be a post in the above 3 categories, or just creating something from scratch. And then we're going to talk about blog reposts, which is if you have a website and you post a blog, it's a great way to get people onto your website. All right, without further ado. As you can see here, today we're going to be talking about Legacina Glass, which is one of personally my favorite collaborators that we have here at Co-Creative, and they came to us as just an idea, and now they are a full-fledged online platform that also has launched their own line of wines. So when they came to us, they wanted to do consulting for wineries, where the founder And President is someone who has many years in the wine industry, so he is truly an authority on how to get your winery up and running, whether it's just an idea or you actually have some property. He wanted to be a consulting, but as we started working with him, he really had grander ideas of launching his own label of wines, providing really consistent content. And we actually just today are launching a actual full-fledged web series where we follow Steve around and he meets with different winery owners and talks about wine. So you can see here, there's two different types of posts here. There's just one that's just a straight photo of one of their wines on their label. It's got a simple caption, and then it actually links back to their website. And the other one, you can see some design elements incorporated where it shows the brand of the grocery store where you could find these wine labels, as well as a call to action. It even leads to a map. Anything you want to add there, Samantha?
Yeah, I think when it comes to design and photography, one of the biggest things you can see is that they are visually appealing. So this is a great chance if you have a product or spotlight, this is a great chance to break out the camera and show people what it is that makes your products, your business so awesome and so appealing. So here you can see mainly these are wine photography. But there are tons of tools that you can use that are free to use for editing software. There's tons of tutorials for product photography. For instance, wine bottles, it can be a little tricky to capture it. There's a lot of light that bounces off the glass. But here you can, there's tons of tutorials on YouTube even that are free that if you are interested in product photography, it's a great chance to grow your skills and make sure that when you're showing off your products and when you have photos on your feed, they're as visually appealing as possible. Especially on Instagram, just having a beautiful grid feed full of awesome pictures can really make people stop and want to scroll through your entire line of products and really engage with your content that way.
Yeah, and what we learned with working with somebody like Legacy in a Glass is that a lot of people, when they go to the wine store, the wine and liquor store, they are just walking down and they're trying to find a bottle that catches their eye. So we use that strategy in social media to create very visually appealing posts. Now it can be a little bit, you know, you might think, well, I don't have a professional camera, or I might not be able to access a photographer right now, but truly cell phones are getting better and better. They're going to put us out of business soon with how good their cameras are. And experiment with setting your product in the right light, or just change things to try to get that best picture that best captures your product. And these posts are always pretty successful. But you might it may seem like they don't get as much engagement as different types of posts. Part of that is just because it might look like an ad and people don't always engage with ads. There's a great book by an online entrepreneur named Gary Vee. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And it's just about how you should intersperse posts that seem like ads with posts that add value. So you really want to jab people with posts that add value, that are entertaining, fun, and then give them the right hook with the salesy ad or post that makes them want to go ahead and purchase that bottle of wine. So these could be considered right hooks. So you want to make sure that you're using them sparingly as you create your content strategy. Another type of post, which I was speaking about earlier, that gets a lot of engagement, is video posts. So we are launching a series called Having a Glass with Steve, where we actually utilize this to grow their email list, where we said you could view it early if you join the email list. And you know, this is just another way to utilize video to grow your business. As you can see here, this is a video post that's embedded in Facebook. The best option is to upload a video directly to Facebook rather than taking it from YouTube. So just as a sample, here's a little trailer that we made for the podcast that they do. So that post was intended to gain a little bit of attention to their podcast that they recently launched, which is just another type of content that you can put on social media. So that video post is under a minute. It's just 30 seconds, so that could be posted on Facebook or Instagram. And we found that that is just a very effective way to get a little buzz about what you're working on. So in this case, it was to promote their podcast, and that kind of engaging, exciting video is a great way to do that. All right. I just got a word from Samantha. She's switching rooms and now she's back. So we just finished up talking about video. I don't know if Samantha, you have anything in your experience as you post, what type of engagement video creates rather than maybe a static post.
The video proves time and time again that it really consistently gets the most engagement, especially on Facebook. This is a great way. A great way to show your audience your products. You can show off behind the scenes things. You can also, when people are scrolling on social media, this is a great way to catch their eye. You can also provide captions on your videos that people can watch without the sound, so they can really engage with your content anywhere. Sorry. But yeah, video overall is just a great way to, it's a great form of content. Sorry, guys.
There's those dogs. My favorite members of the co-creative team. All right, awesome. So we're learning that video is very powerful, and you should use it whenever possible. It doesn't have to be well-produced video either. It could be, something that you film yourself on your phone. It could be selfie of you talking. These are all just different types of video posts. In this case, we are a marketing agency that offers video production. So the samples that we're showing are, they're highly produced, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be like that. You can just film yourself using your webcam, your cell phone, and get it out there to the world.
Especially on Instagram too, you can really experiment with different lengths. So if you have a story post, you can do quick 30 seconds to a minute of just showing people what's going on, giving them a quick update. You can also use the Reels feature on Instagram to do longer form content. You can show off the funny side of your business, the more human element of things. Especially with the rise of TikTok, people are more and more searching out video content that's light, that's engaging, that keeps them wanting to see more of you, see more of your products and your business. So across the different platforms, you really get an opportunity to explore different kinds of content. I know Facebook is a big one. They really favor in their algorithm videos over 3 minutes, whereas LinkedIn, they go for more of the smaller ones. I think they actually give you a limit on how long your video can actually be, such as like 10 minutes or something. But Facebook, Instagram, it's a great place to utilize longer form content. And you can also mess with Instagram TV. You can go on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, see what works best with your audience and how they engage with different content you post.
I think my last thought on video is just because a lot of what Legacy in a Glass is based on Steve's personality. So the best way to accurately show that is through video, because he's a very dynamic person. He's very exciting to listen to, and we're really gaining traction through just showcasing his personality.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see here we're talking about authentic posts. These are, as you can see, there's a different type of post here rather than the slickly produced one where you just have Steve. He's filming himself. He's got the bottle in your face and he's talking and he's excited. And oddly enough, this post actually performed better than the podcast teaser that we looked at. That seemed exciting. And then the other one was just taken from a cell phone. He appeared on PA Live, but this is just a behind the scenes look. So I believe his wife took that and sent that to us, and we posted it. But these are all things that you can do yourself to gain traction and get engagement.
When we're planning out social media schedules, authentic posts are one of our favorites to use, just because it's so awesome to see when clients and collaborators get so excited about what they're doing. This is the kind of thing, Steve, for example, in this video, he was so excited to show off one of his new products. You just grab the camera, you talk to your audience like they're real people, human to human, and you just share your passion and excitement. Another thing that's awesome about these authentic posts is that they tend to get a lot of engagement because when we're scrolling on social media, we don't want to be talked to by a salesperson. We want to connect with a human being. It's one of the great pros of any kind of social media account is when you show off your human side, people react to it in such a positive way, because really at the end of the day, we just want to connect with everyone on that human level. So anytime you can show a bit about your own personality, the behind the scenes of your business, any kind of real authentic content there, you'll be surprised how positively your audience will respond to it.
Yeah, I think if you're going to take anything from this session, it's that note from Samantha right there. So well said. And with the note of this the session is how to market from home. If you look, Steve is sitting in his living room there. He's got his product right there. Nothing fancy, but this post was very effective in showcasing his excitement and getting his followers excited. So Legacy Glass also has a very consistent blog, which, as we talked about in the last session, is really important to making sure that you show up in those social or search engines. Excuse me. So they write a weekly blog where it's either how-to tips about drinking wine or maybe just some fun stories from Steve's random experiences, but these are a great way to pepper in your keywords and build that SEO authority through blogging. And then when you take that blog and you put it on social media, people are going to go back to your website, they're going to learn more, and they will probably do that call to action, whether it's to buy wine from you or to just reach out to learn more.
One of the negatives of social media is that it can be so quick. You only really have a few seconds to capture your followers or potential followers' attention. So if you can do a really cool, interesting blog image, blog headline to catch their attention, it can encourage them to engage with your content in more of a longer form. If you get them onto your website, if you get them reading a 750 to 1,000 word blog piece, they will be so much more well-versed in what you offer, what you do, and the kind of expertise you can bring to your field. So for example, Legacy to Glass, like Sam said, a lot of our blogs for them are very much how-to. They provide some sort of value to anyone who's interested in wine, whether they are a wine and spirits enthusiast or someone from the industry. We kind of toe the line of offering a variety of people who are well-versed in that field. But anyone who can go on their social media knows that we're here to entertain, we're here to educate, and we're here to provide some sort of service, whether it's informing you on what kind of things to look out for on the shelves or showing you what the kind of products and services Legacy to Glass themselves offer. So blogs are such a great way. You can get fun with them, you can get very informative, and at the end of the day, it encourages your followers, potential clients, potential purchasers to engage with your brand all the more that they can on the website versus social media.
Yeah, well put. And then Samantha also designs these kind of eye-catching thumbnails there for the blogs, so that as you're scrolling, you might want to, maybe you've experienced a red wine headache, so you're going to want to read that, and that's kind of the last piece of the puzzle there when you're making blogs. So we know the different types of posts, but oftentimes what we do here at Co-Creative is we utilize all of those different elements to create a campaign. Now, a campaign is, we find them effective because they typically have a beginning and an end. It's not just posting on a consistent basis. There's typically a goal that's attached to it, whether it's in sales or you want to reach X amount of people. And we like to utilize that to measure success. So we say, now that we know exactly when it ends, we can monitor the progress through using, social media analytics. And then, by the end of it, you should know if you hit your goal or not. So this is a sample campaign that we recently created with the intention of inspiring students, alumni, future students, and members of community through the power of storytelling. Now, just going to quickly breeze through the different types of posts that were used, that all kind of share that same message, and it is meant for a campaign between social media as well as website. So in this campaign scenario, there is a landing page on the website that all posts are directing people to go to this landing page so they can take the next steps or reach out to the business to learn more. So the first thing you're seeing is the actual campaign logo itself, which utilizes the brand of the business and a fun, catchy saying that kind of grabs your attention and makes you curious to learn more of what does MMINE mean. This first post it's for social media, and you can see in the caption, it's very exciting, but there's no hashtags or anything like that. That's because this post is for Facebook. It includes a quote from the student as well as a picture. And then at the bottom of that post, there's a call to action to go to that landing page where you can learn more than you would in just a standard social media post. That's always something that we like to, you can only learn so much from one social media post, but on the website is truly intended to be a resource of what your business is, does, who you are. So if you can get people onto the website, especially onto a dedicated landing page, you're more likely to get that sale or have people engage with you in that way because they can learn more or they can get all their questions answered, and they're not going to keep scrolling if they find value in what you have there. We do design oftentimes different for Instagram. So you could see this is the same post. It's got a little bit of the same content, but it's kind of reformatted because people engage differently on Instagram than they do on Facebook. Instagram is more visual, so we blew everything up. So it's more of just the picture itself without the quote. You can also see that we included hashtags in the Instagram version, which basically helps people find the post, and it's a lot more popular on Instagram than it is on Facebook. The most popular place for hashtags is Twitter, but here in NEPA, we don't find that the majority of our clients or collaborators use Twitter. We're a little bit behind here in NEPA, that is, as Twitter engagers. Here is a different style of posts. It's more design based. It's kind of eye poppy. It does have that ad feel a little bit. So like we were saying about the jab, 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 right hook, this might be more of a right hook because it's not as, it doesn't have a picture of a student that would make you stop and want to learn more about that person's story. But this is truly designed to get people to go to that website to share their story, to create that engagement. You can see that the branding's carried throughout. And then lastly, there's a video sample post. As we stated, that video is the most popular or most effective way to get engagement. There's also a video associated with this campaign, which is inspired to hear student stories, to share stories as alumni students or potential students. So the branding is carried throughout. So as you can see, just from the various types of posts, they all have a consistent look and feel, as well as consistent messaging. So that it would be the campaign. So when you're thinking about a campaign, you might say, for 1 month, I want to focus on this look and feel and this message. And then at the end of it, you can say, what did we learn? And how can we use that for the next campaign? So now we're gonna have Samantha just share her screen to showcase the ways that you can take a post to the next level. There's 2 different types of posts or post types, and that's organic, if you're going to boil it down, or posts that utilize ad spend. So organic means that people are engaging with it without you actually putting any type of funding behind it. And if you want to push it a little bit further, or even much, much further, you can certainly use, in this case, we're going to be showcasing Facebook's ad platform to either boost that post, give it a little extra push, or to create an ad from scratch. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
All right. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yep.
Great. So when it's time to create an ad or boost a post, there are various places where you can access it. So the first is going to be the main page. So as you can see, I'm an admin of the Legacy in a Glass page right now. So I have different tools that you would see rather than just visiting any old Facebook page. So you have to first have admin access or some other kind of lower access that would grant you access to create or boost posts. So first, if you scroll down, sorry. So sorry about that, everyone. Dogs are the best coworkers, but also the noisiest. So sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches there. So first, if you want to boost a post, you can scroll down and see that you have an option down here, this blue button that says boost a post, and you can see other various things that this received. You can see that on this own, this video post reached 415 people and got 66 engagements. But because this is something we might want to boost, see what else we can get, that's where boosting comes in. So if you click boost a post, you'll see that you get all kinds of different settings that you can mess around with. So sometimes Facebook will automatically give you what they think is going to be the best. As you get more and more familiar with Facebook ads, you can kind of tweak this on your own, choose your own audience, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to change our goal. So if we're trying to boost this post, if we want to get more leads, if we want to get more emails for our newsletter, or if we want to get more contact information from potential customers, this is where leads come in. So this is a form that when people see your ad, they are directed to either fill out their email, give your first and last name, or other kind of information that you can use for your business. You can also get more messages. You can, if you are offering a service and you want to connect with potential customers, this is where get more messages comes in. You can also just view, you can boost it to get more views, more engagement, all different kinds of stuff. So because this is a video, we're going to get more video views. So here's where you can tweak the label and the messaging of people see. So we can have no button, we can have learn more, shop now, sign up, provide a link, all kinds of stuff there. For Legacy in a Glass, we have a certain audience that we use for a lot of our advertisements. When it comes to creating an audience, you can choose all different kinds of demographics. You can choose location, age, gender. You can also choose interest. So for a lot of our ads, we target people who already have a predisposed interest to wine and spirits, stuff like that. Now, because we are also working in the alcohol field, there is some minor legal stuff you have to be aware of. For example, you can't run an ad for alcohol or that has something to do with alcohol unless you have your age set to 21 plus. And whatever country you're doing, they have different laws with this. So if you have a sensitive field such as that, you do have to pay attention to some of those laws as well. You can also choose to target people who already like your page. You can make a custom audience. You can target other things as well. There's so many details you can get. You can get really into the nitty-gritty with your audience on Facebook and really target the people who you think would really be interested in your business or your product. Get the most out of your ad for the money. Next is going to be duration. So Facebook recommends, and you'll see a message pop up if I try to lower this. Facebook recommends that you should run your ad for at least 4 days to get the best results. So something like an ad that runs for 1 or 2 days really isn't going to do you any good. So you want to do it for 4 days or more. Sometimes you'll find that even running something like a month-long campaign could really give you some cool, interesting results. But if you just want to put some, like, even if you just want to put $10 behind it and just see how that goes, you can test out small and large budgets and see what works for you. Typically with Facebook ads, you pretty much get what you pay for. So as you can see, if we're running it for 5 days and I have a $10 budget, this is how many people it estimates that I'm going to reach. The actual reach will probably be somewhere in the middle there. But then you see as you increase your budget, even just a few dollars. So if we up it to $15, you can see that the max number of people is over 1,000 now. So really when it comes to budget, take a look at it and see what you're willing to spend, what kind of reach you want this post to get, and just experiment with different things.
Or just to hop in there, I think the interesting, one of the interesting things about this is yes, you're reaching, potentially 1.2 thousand people or 1,200 people. And these are all people who are interested in wine. So it's not like you're not just reaching 1,200 random people. These are all people who Facebook has deemed through their algorithm that they're interested in wine, or they fit in that category that Samantha was talking about earlier, that age range, their interests, etc. And another thing is you can probably see it. It's very simple to just simply hit that big blue button, boost post now, and go through these pretty easy steps. This is because this is how Facebook makes money, and they make it very easy for you to go through and fill out the kind of step 1, 2, 3 process of getting your ad out there. Sorry, Samantha, go ahead.
No, thank you for your addition, Sam. And the great thing about Facebook is it also won't go over your budget. If you really only want to spend $15 or $10 for an ad, they will never charge you more. Sometimes they might even charge you less, because if they're using your budget efficiently, they want to find these people who they think will engage with your posts. And if they can't find them, if they're not online, they won't make you spend your money and waste your money. So Facebook has a very nice algorithm to target these people. Most of the time you'll pay your exact budget, if not a little bit less. Sometimes we'll run ads for $25 and we end up spending like $23.75 or something. So even down to a few cents, Facebook will use your money as efficiently as they can. So this is how we boost a post. But if we want to do a behind the scenes ad and get a little more options with something that we didn't previously post, we have an all new graphic, an all new message. We want that to run behind the scenes, and we want to target more people. That's where creating a general ad comes in. So on this left-hand side, you'll see there's an option for Ad Center. So if you click that, it'll open up, it'll show you all different summaries of the ads you have, the ads you've run previously, your ongoing ads. This is like the main dashboard for Facebook ads. So if you go to this big blue button and hit Create Ad, you'll see there's so many more goals that you have available to you rather than just simply boosting a post. For example, you'll see we still have the get more messages, get more leads. You can even boost the post right through here. But now you have the options to build your business, get more website visitors, promote your page, all different kinds of options there. So say we simply just want to get more people to our website, have them visit a specific page. We'll click that one. So Facebook will automatically generate a random picture for you from previous ones that you've posted. This is a previous cover photo of one of ours. It'll generate a message for you, but you can put whatever message you would like in here. You can upload whatever kind of media that you want. Mess with the headline, mess with the button, mess with the URL. And then they give you a little preview over here. So when designing an ad, you really want to take a look at when you are scrolling through your own social media and you see ads pop up on Facebook, what catches your eye? It's probably a combination of an eye-catching graphic or video mixed with a headline and what they're asking you to do. A lot of the times, if we want somebody to visit our website, it might just be like a learn more. And then you have a eye-catching graphic. If you're scrolling, it's as simple as that. They click on that button, they get taken to the website, the website page you want them to view. There you go. And then down here, similar to the boost of post settings, it'll ask you all about the audience that you want to target. It'll ask you again how many days you want it to run. Now here, this is interesting to see. This one for $5, for 5 days, $5. This one has an estimated reach of 637 to 1.8. So different ads, different ad types will get you different estimated reach depending on the budget. So as you can see, if I only had $5 to spend, it might be beneficial for me to do a behind the scenes ad rather than boosting a post and just see how that goes. Yeah. Does anyone have any Facebook ad questions? I know this was pretty overview of this process. It's helpful because Facebook itself provides a ton of helpful tutorials. So if you are a small business owner who really is a little overwhelmed by all these settings, they have a ton of resources available for you that can help you understand the basics and understand what kind of options that you have and how they can truly benefit your social media and also your business.
Yeah, like Samantha said, they really make it easy as 1, 2, 3 when creating ads, and because it's entirely self-service. Unless you're working with a collaborator or a freelancer or somebody like Cole Creative, in most cases, these are people who work for the business who are creating these ads, so they make it fairly simple. Because they also don't have customer service, so all of their resources are found either in you can watch how-to videos on YouTube or on the back end here, but good luck if you need to reach out for customer service with Facebook. So they do make it very easy for you.
They do. One of my favorite parts about running an ad on Facebook versus running from some other company, other service, is that Facebook does allow you to monitor your ad in real time. So if I'm running an ad for $10, I can check every day for the 5 days or however long my timeline is set at, and I can truly see, oh, I've reached 1,000 people, and here's what I'm getting. Here's how many link clicks I have. Here's how many people have visited my website based on this ad. So rather than something like a print ad where you put it out into the world and then you hope people call your number, you hope people visit your website, this will actually show you by, spending that $20, you actually receive 45 extra link clicks for this. And then you can experiment with different audience, with different settings to see how you can increase that number as you experiment more with Facebook ads.
Okay. Thanks, Samantha, for taking us through the steps of making ads. And this is something that has evolved over the years to become easier and easier, and truly very effective. We hear all the time about how these social media platforms have access to a lot of our data, and this is what they are using it for. They're using it to create this easy to use ad platform that is ultra specific in targeting. So that's your overview of social media advertising via Facebook. And the nice thing about Facebook is you can check a button at the bottom of those to also post on Instagram. So you're advertising on both those platforms at once because Facebook owns them both.
Mm-hmm.
Now, lastly, before we get into any questions here, we have an opportunity to, if anybody would like us to look at their Facebook page and share the screen, and we could talk about the different post types, what we see that is really cool, or we think that would probably be effective, and maybe what could maybe use some improvement. If you're feeling like you'd like that for your business, and I know we have a small group here, feel free to pop your Facebook into the chat. And if not, we'll just go ahead and look at Cool Creatives because nobody's perfect. No pressure. We'll give anybody a second if they would like us to analyze their Facebook page. All right.
Looks
so
like we have a suggestion in the chat, Sam.
Oh, do we? Wonderful. Let me pull up my chat here. Working yarn shop. I love it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Facebook here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Boca, PA. Already, I really love it. I personally think that this is a very fun logo, and plays on what people know about yarn is cats like to chase it, and it's a fun and modern looking brand that is very exciting to look at. So I think already it fits in the circle. A lot of times you'll see businesses that just kind of plop their logo into their profile picture and just go about their day, but this fits in there, and I think it's a fun look at the brand or company. You're utilizing the Facebook cover. It showcases some of the yarns. I think another step to take this a little bit further would be maybe getting a close-up of some yarns or showing some of the detail and a little bit more color in a picture that you take with your phone horizontally, because this vertical picture, what you're seeing here is that it blows, Facebook is automatically blowing it up to fill the space, and you can see it's a little bit grainy or pixelated. So something good you might want to do is get a detail picture of some yarn to make that kind of an exciting experience there at the top in the cover page. And Samantha, feel free to just jump in, shout things out. But so we have a pinned post at the top, which is a good use of that, of the tool to pin posts. We certainly use it in-house here. And it's very informational. I think something would, always sometimes adding a visual element, especially to a pin post, might be something, because this is the first thing that people are experiencing when they go to your page. But truly using the pin post is a great tool. I'm seeing that we have some consistent posts here. So I'm just going to do a quick scroll through.
I love the captions. I love the tone in them. They're very human, very authentic. So great job there.
Yeah, and showing a little bit of the behind the scenes of creating it. Creating the yarn is really cool.
Yeah, this kind of behind the scenes video content is great.
And using sharing straight from the Shirsty Cat designs is great, because if in the yarn industry maybe they have some reputation, always building those relationships where you can. So this post is getting reshared, which it looks like it may be a screenshot or a picture of a computer screen, which sometimes can be it might not be the best way to showcase that information. Maybe adding that some type of information in the actual caption of the post. And if it's a drive-through pasta dinner, maybe show a picture of some pasta, which you can find some free images online, rather than just kind of taking a picture of that. You can see the design elements are still in there, the bounding box, that's called. So it can, it may not look like the most dynamic thing, or it may be too much information in that picture for people to truly stop scrolling. But truthfully, it's a great page with a lot of great pictures, video content.
Those pictures are great right there too, showing, what kind of stuff you're working on, little behind the scenes things. That's awesome.
And you're getting engagement, and you're replying to comments. These are all great things that you love to see. Again, more pictures of product, fun pictures behind the scenes. You could tell they're authentic. They're taken by people who care for the business. It's always a good idea to post pictures of cats or dogs, no matter what.
Love that.
That's one of the rules.
Beautiful
the great rules
cats.
of social media is whenever you can sneak in a cat picture, do so. Oh, this is really fun.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Some good content for May the 4th.
Yeah, that's something we always we do internally is look into what holidays are happening, however real or fake they are. Even if it's May the 4th is an unofficial holiday, nobody gets off work for that. At least we don't. But it's still good to celebrate it, because there is certainly that niche following. So I think the general consensus is the Working Yarn Shop is doing it right, and I think you can see here different uses of the brand, and even events. I'm glad we got to this. Very consistent posting, but also events are a great way to encourage people to come and engage. The sit and stitch. Another thing you can do is boost events, so you can get more people to come to your actual physical events. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, because I think some questions are popping in. So we say, what are the pros and cons of using a logo versus an image of person, i.e. headshot of the owner for the business profile photo? Now, personally, now this is something that we actually recently did, even with Legacy in a Glass here, is that I think it would be our official suggestion to always use the business brand when promoting the business. And then what you can do is you can engage with people on the page as yourself. So in this case, Legacy in a Glass would make a post and someone would ask a question, but Steve wanted to answer as himself. So he used his personal profile to go on and answer questions, because he was so associated with the page that that he was utilizing his personal Facebook to answer those questions rather than the business page. So I think unless you were doing something that was very based on your appearance, so you'll see maybe like models or actors would use a headshot or something like that, you should probably use the business brand. The only other scenario where I could imagine would be maybe if you were a law firm, or if you were maybe a realtor and it was really based on that human to human interaction, that you would potentially use just a simple headshot. The issue or the confusion that sometimes that could create is that people would think they were going to a personal page rather than a business page.
Yeah, I agree with Sam. I think the best plan of action that we tend to see is that businesses will use their logo for their profile picture, but then they can use that cover image space to really show off the humans of their business. They can show off, the owner, their whole staff group photo, or even just like people in their shop, stuff like that. So that's the space that you can really get creative and show a little bit of the people behind your business. But even on a branding sense, when you're scrolling through Facebook, you'll see that little circular profile picture next to a post. So that way, when people know, they see your logo every time they see a cool post that they like, they know, oh, this is this is the yarn shop that I love. That's their logo. I know them, kind of thing, rather than just seeing just another person's face that they don't immediately recognize.
Great question. Now this is our final section of the presentation. So if there's any other questions whatsoever, feel free to ask them now in the chat or unmute yourself. But if not, we are always available to answer any questions. My email is sam@coolcreative.com, and Samantha's is just a little bit longer. It's samantha@coolcreative.com. And we are, always willing and able to answer any type of questions that anybody might have.
Mm-hmm. We really love working with all kinds of businesses, especially small businesses. There's so many tools out there for your disposal, some that are even free or very low cost that can really take your business to the next level. So like Sam said, if you have any questions, if you're wondering, how to access these kinds of things, we're always happy to chat about them.
Not hearing any questions, I'm going to just take a moment to thank Samuel and Samantha. Oh, there's a question in the chat box. I'll take that one.
I think the answer there is you never do.
Yeah. It's very scary to go live and put yourself out there, even just like using this Zoom as an example. If you have pets or anybody else in your house, it can always be a little scary, like not knowing when the dog's going to bark, or not knowing, if somebody's going to walk in the room. But that's really, at the end of the day, we're all human. Things happen. Sometimes your kid will walk into the room, quick turn around, walk out. Your dog will go crazy. But people love seeing this side of things. At least I find when I watch my favorite creators, you get that little peek inside of their life. You get to see their office, their studio, behind the scenes of things. So you just got to kind of fake it till you make it, have that confidence to put your face up there, go live, show people a little bit of your business. And then as you keep going, as you engage with them, it'll get a little better each time. But I'm not going to lie, every time you go, hit that live button, you do get a little bit of that rush of anxiety, but
for sure,
it'll get a little better.
Technical issues aside, I don't know if I've ever seen a Facebook Live where someone's not adjusting that, like, oh, is this on? Are we good? Are we live? And I think it's just the answer that is embrace the human side of it. And you're truly, the content like the back of your hand. So all you have to worry about is, the technical side of things, which I think everyone's a little bit forgiving when it comes to, especially after a year like this, spotty internet connections, dogs bark, and it's part of life, and it's that human part of business.
All right, seeing no more questions in the chat, I'm just going to go ahead and thank you, Samuel and Samantha, so much for being here with us today and sharing your expertise and just being a part of this series. We really, really appreciate it. It's been so insightful and very helpful to our clients. I just want to note that I will be making available the recording of this on the Wilkes University SBDC YouTube channel, and I'll make sure that I email that link to all attendees. Also, since this is our last session in this series, I'll also be sending out the link to a post-event survey so that we could determine which of our resources will best suit your needs and what topics you would like to see as training sessions in the future. And with that, I want to thank everyone for attending this training. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at the SBDC. And I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you at future webinars. Thank you so much, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you so
See
much
you
for
guys.
having us.
Thank
Thank you, everyone.
you. Bye.